Okay, I just want to do a little review of the vocabulary we're going to be using in part one of this unit. We're going on to integers, and I want to make sure that when I speak or when I talk in a video or when I talk in class, that we're all understanding the same thing. Okay, so these are the vocabulary words that you're going to see in the forms activity that you're going to do, and I want to make sure we have a complete understanding. And a lot of these we have been using. I just want to make sure we're good. Okay, so the sum is an answer, okay, to addition. When I add something together, that answer that I come up with is the sum. The difference, okay, is subtraction, and I think that makes good sense. I mean, sometimes in math, the way they organize the words and how they do things don't really come together easily in your brain. But if I'm finding the difference of something, of two numbers, I'm finding out how much one is greater than or less than. So I'm finding the difference between them. Okay, so the sum is adding and the difference is subtracting. Okay, looking at whole numbers and integers. So you have been using math, you have been using whole numbers right from the beginning. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those whole numbers are all of the numbers that are wholes. They are not there are no fractions, there's no decimals, they're whole numbers. The difference between whole numbers and integers is that whole numbers are all positive. Integers include numbers that are also less than 1, and that ... means that, that continues on. So integers include negative numbers, and whole numbers are just positive. So just so you understand the difference when we're talking about either one. The integers include negative numbers, negative whole numbers. Okay, so the next two are positive numbers and negative numbers. And so just to be clear, the positive numbers are greater than 0. Even if it's like plus 0.000004. That's a positive number, okay? It's more than 0. It's greater than 0. Negative numbers are less than 0. So it could be negative 0.000001, okay? So when we're talking about negative numbers, remember that positive numbers increase. Okay, they get bigger as they go from left to right, as do negative numbers. So they increase as they get closer to 0. Okay, so the increase is going in the same direction on the number line. Okay, so if I have a number line and I have 0, I have 1 and I have 2, okay, and I have -1 and I have -2, the value of the numbers are increasing regardless of whether they're positive or negative. -1 is greater than -2 because I'm only 1 in the whole instead of 2. So if I owe you $1, I'm way better off than if I owe you $2. And then when we get to the other side of 0, it's exactly what you have been doing. 2 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 3, and on and on. So both increase on the number line as you move from left to right. Okay, so that's something to remember. Absolute value may be new this year. It's hard, from one year to the next, it's hard for me to figure out how far the teachers got in each of the elementaries. And I'm going to come back to that. I want to draw a difference between absolute value and opposites. I'm going to devote a whole video to just absolute value and opposites. So I'm not going to take an incredible amount of time here. So the absolute value is the distance from 0. Okay? And it's always positive. So if I'm standing on 0 and I'm walking to 2, I'm going 2 steps. So the absolute value, and this is how we write it, the absolute value of 2 is 2. If I stand on 0 and I walk towards -2, I'm still taking 2 steps. So the absolute value of -2 is 2. Okay? That is both sides of the number line. Now opposites are on the other side of the number line. They have the same absolute value, but they have different signs. So I have -2 here and 2 here. They are opposites. They are opposites because they are the same digit, only they have the opposite sign. Okay, so that's why they're the opposites. They have the opposite sign. And if I add them together, -2 plus 2 equals 0. So they have opposite signs, the same digit, and when I add them together, they're 0. And like I said, I'm going to do some more work with that in the next video. And variable should be easy, okay? This is a letter or a symbol, okay? And that represents something we don't know. Something, it's either an unknown, okay, or something that can vary, where the whole variable word comes from. So either it's a placeholder for something, I'm not sure what it is, or it's a letter in an equation that says this could be any number. Okay, so one of the things we've done before is we talked about the price of something. So if the price of tickets are $5, right? I want to find out what money I'm going to take in for any number of tickets. And so if I say 5 times n, that's 5 times any number of tickets. Okay, so that n means that can vary. I might have 10 tickets. I might have 20 tickets. I may sell 150 tickets. I don't know. That's going to vary. So it's not only unknown, but it also enables me to find a way or a process to find an answer for a variety of different situations. Okay, now you should have this all written down in your notebook. If you do not, you cannot go to forms. Okay, you absolutely need to have this all in your notebook, and then you need to check your understanding by going into the forms link that's provided alongside here. Okay, great job.